Good morning, everyone. So let us start our practice as usual by setting a proper motivation, a Mahayana motivation. So we can start by contemplating how, since beginningless time, we have been trapped in the prison of our minds, the vicious prison of samsara, constantly taking rebirth again and again due to the power of our karma and afflictions. The suffering we experience is the result of the negative karma we accumulate because of our afflictions. And these afflictions are rooted in our self-grasping ignorance and self-centered attitude. Try to generate the wish to be free from these, free from misery and the causes of these miseries. May I be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. Then try to extend that feeling, recognizing all sentient beings are in the same boat. All sentient beings are constantly taking rebirth again and again due to the negative karma they have accumulated. Constantly suffering, constantly accumulating negative karma due to afflictions that are rooted in self-grasping ignorance and self-centered attitude. May sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. I myself will free them from suffering and the causes of suffering. I will take responsibility. I have this precious human rebirth. I have met the teachings of the Buddha. So fortunate. Therefore, I will do whatever is necessary. I will study, reflect, and meditate in order to eliminate all my afflictions, all my afflictive obscurations. And more than that, I will make effort by realizing the nature of reality directly. I will also eliminate all cognitive obscurations, all the veils, so that I can achieve the state of awakening, the state of omniscience, Buddhahood, to be able to guide all sentient beings perfectly. Try to give rise to this wonderful aspiration. May I become a Buddha for the benefit of all my dear mother sentient beings. With this in mind, we will do 5 minutes of shamatha practice, single pointed meditation. I'll quickly, briefly remind you of the instructions. The first thing is to look at your posture. If possible, sit with the 7 points of Buddha Vairochana in mind. The two most important ones being the back to be straight, the body to be upright, and the eyes not to be closed but to be slightly opened. The second instruction is the focal point. Bring your object of meditation to mind. If you're not familiar with this meditation, you can take as an object a small, tiny dot of white light between your nose and your upper lip. Very small, maybe 1 or 2 mm in diameter. And place all your attention there. Making effort to concentrate on that point, not forgetting that point. The third instruction is that during meditation, distraction comes. The two errors that will arise are excitement and laxity, also called dullness. Might start to think about the past or the future, or the mind might sink into dullness, into laxity, like falling asleep. For the fourth instruction, it's very important to have a part of your mind that is constantly checking, introspecting. Am I meditating? Am I still concentrated on my object? And if I notice that I'm not, if my mind has wandered, immediately with mindfulness, I bring back the mind to the object. And I make effort to stay on the object, not forgetting the object. So let us try this for 5 minutes. gently come out of the meditation. So in order to prepare our minds, now that we are hopefully a little bit more concentrated, a little bit more focused, in order to prepare our minds to meditate on the Lamrim, to contemplate the Lamrim and hopefully realize the points we are meditating on, we need to accumulate merit and purify our minds. So we will engage as usual in the practice of the 7 limbs. We can visualize in the space in front of us Shakyamuni Buddha, His Holiness the Dalai Lama. They are surrounded by all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. You can visualize Arya Manjushri on one side, the Buddha of Wisdom, Arya Maitreya on the other side, who gave the teachings on bodhicitta, to Arya Asanga and down to us from generation to generation. You can visualize seated around you are all sentient beings, starting with your mother on the left, father on the right. And we are guiding all those sentient beings into this practice today. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Sangye Chudan Soge Chonam Lai Jonjo Bado Dagne Kyabsoiji Dagi Jinso Gipe Tsoknam Ki Jora Penchio Sangye Jupara Sho Sangye Chudan Soge Chonam Lai Jonjo Bado Dagne Kyabsoiji Dagi Jinso Gipe Tsoknam Ki Jora Penchio Sangye Jupara Sho. And to reinforce the bodhicitta motivation that we have generated at the beginning of the session, we'll read the 4 immeasurables. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends and hatred for enemies. Reverently I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind. You can visualize all the Buddhas in front of you. You prostrate to them with countless bodies. Recognizing their qualities, wishing to achieve the same qualities myself. I present clouds of every type of offering, actual and imagined. So you can visualize all the offerings, all the water bowls that are set up at Tushita, but also in all the Dharma centers around the world, at the great stupas of Bodh Gaya, Kathmandu, in Swayambhunath, Bodhanath, all the beautiful water bowls, flowers, light offerings on your personal altar, at the big monasteries. You can transform all these offerings into blissful nectar, clouds, oceans of blissful nectar, and offer to all the infinite Buddhas in front of you. And because the number of Buddhas is infinite, your offerings become infinite, accumulating infinite amounts of merit. I declare all my negative actions accumulated since beginningless time. So you can think with a healthy sense of regret that in the past I must have engaged in a lot of non-virtuous actions. I don't want to experience the suffering result of these actions, these negative karmas. And I rejoice in the merit of all holy and ordinary beings. So you can think of all the deeds of Shakyamuni Buddha, all the holy actions of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, Lama Zopa Rinpoche, all your holy gurus, all the ordained sanghas were engaged in listening to the Dharma, contemplating, meditating, offering service, doing retreat. Wow, 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 rejoice. You can also rejoice in your own good deeds and merits, those of your friends and families. This is a very easy, quick way to achieve, to accomplish, to accumulate a lot of merit just by rejoicing. And this merit is like fuel to drive us. We have this precious human rebirth. We have bodhicitta. With this fuel of merit, we can drive the path towards enlightenment, meditate on the Lamrim, achieve realizations. Please remain until the end of cyclic existence. You can visualize offering thrones with double vajras symbolizing immortality, indestructibility to your holy gurus, requesting them to remain long, not to pass into parinirvana, and turn the wheel of Dharma for living beings. Again, you can visualize offering them Dharma chakras, Dharma wheels, requesting them to teach, requesting them to guide you and all sentient beings. I dedicate my own merits and those of all others to the great enlightenment. We'll quickly offer a short mandala as well to accumulate more merit. You can visualize offering the universe, all the beautiful things in the universe to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. This ground anointed with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, 4 continents, the sun and the moon. I imagine this as a Buddha field and offer it. May all living beings enjoy this pure land. Idam Guru Ratna Mandalakam Niryatayami. And then to request blessings to achieve realizations of the Lamrim. We will go through all the points of the Lamrim in the form of this short prayer composed by Lama Tsongkhapa, the foundation of all good qualities, requesting our gurus to bless us to realize each and every one of these points. The foundation of all good qualities is the kind and perfect pure Guru. Correct devotion to him is the root of the path. By clearly seeing this and applying great effort, please bless me to rely upon him with great respect. Understanding that the precious freedom of this rebirth is found only once, is greatly meaningful and is difficult to find again. Please bless me to generate the mind that unceasingly day and night takes its essence. This life is as impermanent as a water bubble. Remember how quickly it decays and death comes. After death, just like a shadow follows the body, the results of black and white karma follow. Finding firm and definite conviction in this, please bless me always to be careful, to abandon even the slightest negativities and accomplish all virtuous deeds. Seeking samsaric pleasures is the door to all suffering. They are uncertain and cannot be relied upon. Recognizing these shortcomings, please bless me to generate a strong wish for the bliss of liberation. Led by this pure thought, mindfulness, alertness, and great caution arise. The root of the teachings is keeping the Pratimoksha vows. Please bless me to accomplish this essential practice. Just as I have fallen into a sea of samsara, so have all modern migratory beings. Please bless me to see this, train in supreme bodhicitta, and bear the responsibility of freeing migratory beings. Even if I develop only bodhicitta, but I don't practice the three types of morality, I will not achieve enlightenment. With my clear recognition of this, please bless me to practice the bodhisattva vows with great energy. Once I have pacified distractions to wrong objects and correctly analyzed the meaning of reality, please bless me to generate quickly within my mind stream the unified path of calm abiding and special insight. Having become a pure vessel by training in the general path, please bless me to enter the holy gateway of the fortunate ones, the supreme Vajra vehicle. At that time, the basis of accomplishing the two attainments is keeping pure vows in Samaya. As I have become firmly convinced of this, please bless me to protect these vows and pledges like my life. Then, having realized the importance of the two stages, the essence of the Vajrayana, by practicing with great energy, never giving up the 4 sessions, please bless me to realize the teachings of the Holy Guru. Like that, may the Gurus who show the noble path and the spiritual friends who practice it have long lives. Please bless me to pacify completely all outer and inner hindrances. In all my lives, never separated from perfect Gurus, may I enjoy the magnificent Dharma. By completing the qualities of the stages and paths, may I quickly attain the state of Vajradhara. So until now, we have seen with Kabirji how important it is to rely on a teacher, how we are so fortunate to have this precious human life with freedoms and endowments. We are human and so lucky to have met the teachings of the Buddha. We have this opportunity to learn, reflect, meditate, and transform our minds, to be free from suffering, and also to be able to achieve enlightenment. But this precious opportunity might stop at any time. It will stop, for sure. There is no way we can escape death. And this might happen at any moment. There are so many causes for us. Our body is so fragile. And when we die, when we pass away, we don't know which karma will ripen at the time of death. We don't know where we will be propelled. Depending how many negative and positive karmas we have accumulated in the past, depending on our state of mind at the time of passing away, we might fall into the lower realms, might be born as an animal, as a spirit, or as a hell realm being. We don't have control. We don't have the freedom to choose. We are driven by, propelled by our karma and afflictions. So as Kabirji was explaining yesterday, this morning we will contemplate the 2 causes for taking refuge in the 3 jewels. And we'll try to generate these causes sincerely in our minds. The first cause being this fear of the suffering of the lower realms. I don't want to experience again the suffering of being born as an animal, hungry ghost, I don't want to experience the suffering of being born in a hell realms again. Therefore, I'm turning to the tree jewels to protect me, to save me, to liberate me, to awaken me. Try to generate a conviction that the tree jewels can protect you from the lower realms. The first jewel being the Buddha, who is free from all that is negative and perfect in all that is positive. The Buddha is the founder of Refuge. Second jewel is the Dharma, the liberating teachings of the Buddha. Dharma is the actual refuge. Dharma is that which purifies, which eliminates all the afflictive and cognitive obscurations by seeing reality as it is. At the moment, due to our self-grasping ignorance, we see and apprehend things as inherently, objectively existent, objectively real from their own side. Due to that, we have this sense of I, and I am more important than others, leading to all sorts of afflictions, all sorts of distorted minds like attachment, anger, pride, jealousy. And these make us accumulate negative karma, propelling us into the lower rebirths, lower realms. So only the Dharma is the actual refuge. The Dharma is specifically this wisdom, seeing things as they actually exist, being empty of objective existence, like an illusion, like a dream. Dharma definitely has the power to protect me from the lower realms. It is the direct antidote to the root of all my problems. And the third jewel is the Sangha. Those who follow the teachings, guide us, inspire us. Those who have also realized, the Arya beings, those who have realized the nature of reality, who have seen directly that things don't exist as they appear. Then let us contemplate the reasons why the Buddha is a worthy object of refuge. The first one is that he himself is free from all fears. He has eliminated all obscurations and achieved awakening, omniscience, Buddhahood. He is beyond samsara, and he has achieved a state of omniscience. He knows how to perfectly guide us through his teachings. Then he is skilled in the means of liberating others from fear. Many skillful means to make us understand. He has great compassion for all beings without exception. He works for the welfare of both those who help and those who do not help him. Has perfect equanimity, constantly helping, teaching, benefiting, His job description is basically to help whoever is a sentient being. So give yourself a few seconds to contemplate why we should take refuge, how refuge is going to protect us from the suffering of the lower realms, and why the objects of refuge are worthy objects of refuge. Gently come out of the meditation, and we'll dedicate the merits. Due to the merits of these virtuous actions, may I quickly attain the state of a Guru Buddha and lead all living beings without exception into that enlightened state. May the supreme jewel bodhicitta that has not arisen arise and grow, and may that which has arisen not diminish, but increase more and more. We can also dedicate the merits that we have accumulated in this session, as well as the merits that we have accumulated in the past, the merits of the 3 times accumulated by countless Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, so that our teachers, like His Holiness the Dalai Lama, may have long and healthy lives, so that they may be able to continue to teach us. We can pray for the swift return of our teachers who recently showed the aspect of passing away, like Kyabje Lama Zopa Rinpoche. And finally, we can pray so that there may be no wars, famines, natural disasters, epidemics, so that peace and harmony may prevail. Thank you very much. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you on Wednesday at the same time, 8:15. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.